Get a massage. Why? Because I said so. Hi, I'm Jason Barlow, RMT, and I'm here today to help you learn, as your therapist and coach, to help you learn how to transform your stress, tension, and pain into health, happiness, and vitality. So today I wanted to discuss the benefits of massage, right? If you'd have asked me, why should I get a massage? I'd love to put my parent hat on, just quickly, simply say to you, because I said so. And if you got it, you'd experience the benefits yourself. And very often people are perhaps a little tentative to come and get a massage because they have to undress and, it's a dude, it's a gal, mixed opinions in that regard. The point being that until you actually get a taste of that medicine, you're never actually going to know. So I just implore people, just do it, right? Go and have the experience, right? Definitely, I recommend to find a certified therapist, somebody who's got a reputation already, perhaps in your community. Go for a friend referral. Go on Google, look at reviews. That's certainly what supports my business most of all in my community is people go online and they see my rating, they see my reviews, and they make a decision. They look at my website, and from there, they come in and usually book that appointment and obviously have a good experience. So let me begin this particular discussion by saying, okay, what are the origins of massage? So just reading from this text here, which is the Clinical Massage Therapy by Fiona Rattray and Linda Ludwig. The origin of the word massage is obscure, they say. The word is derived from either the Arabic mas, which means to touch, or the Greek massein, which is to knead. For thousands of years, literature from all over the world has mentioned kneading, pressing, anointing, or rubbing as a healing practice. The Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine, written in China in about 1000 BC, and probably the oldest medical book in existence, mentions the treatment of paralysis and reduced circulation using massage. And the history of massage certainly goes well beyond that. I tend to often refer to our early ancestors, and in particular, look at monkeys, right? Monkey species present day, even if you observe them in a zoo environment, and their natural habitat's even better, is what do they tend to do? They rub, they massage, they feel through the hair and the skin. And there's a natural process of massage that's taking place almost instinctively for us as human beings, but definitely it occurs in animals as well, right? Just to observe your own domestic animals. What do? They scratch, they rub, they rub their bodies up against you or a prop or the tree. Bears do the same. If you look in our nature environment, you'll see that we're generally all using some kind of massage at some point to help relieve something, whether it is just an itch or it is a soreness, or it just plain feels good, right? So massage inevitably is just, it feels good. Now, some of my patients watching this might go, not when you do it. And there's reasons for that, which I'll get into momentarily. So what is the problem that massage is the solution for? Well, and I told you with my chiropractic friends about this, that massage is 3 times more important than chiropractic. And I say that a little bit tongue in cheek, but in all seriousness, there are over 200 bones in your body. There are over 600 muscles that attach in and around and all over the body, all over those 200 bones. So that's a 3-to-1 ratio. So massage is very centered and focused in helping with muscle stress, tension, and pain. Indirectly, it actually helps with bone issues, joint issues, tendon issues, ligament issues, immune system issues, digestive issues, psychological issues. The list is fairly endless. That's why I find this career very rewarding, is I get the opportunity to not just work hands-on with my patients, is I get to help them beyond just their physical body, right? We have discussions about the mind, we have discussions about food, we have discussions about their lifestyle, because all of those things are underpinning to the benefits of massage being most effective. Because you could come and get a great massage and have an hour of wonderful experience and release this tension. But if you go home and you're in a stressful environment and you're not eating well, and you're not moving your body or stretching, and you go back to the habits that you might have already had by way of sitting improperly and spending hours in front of a computer screen, there's only so much that hour will do. It's not a waste, but to serve it even better, we've got to take care of our bodies and minds outside of the context of laying on this table. And so with these 600 muscles in your body, there is stress, there is tension, and eventually there can be pain. We talked about this yesterday. If you did not have a chance to listen to it yesterday, I highly recommend it, because I talk and define 2 types of injuries. That is trauma, when you slip, bang, bump, or fall. And then there's slow motion, which is probably 80 to 90% of the patients that I'm dealing with have more of the slow motion type of injury. It's gradually accumulating over an extended period of time. Symptoms are there, but they're not necessarily jumping on it straight away. And then eventually pain manifests, and that's usually when they're coming in to see me. The earlier we can catch these things, the better it would actually be for our overall health and happiness and vitality, which is obviously the whole premise of me sharing these thoughts with you. So we have these 600 muscles, we get stress, we get tension. What happens if we don't deal with that? Well, ultimately pain, right? The body will shut down if it gets to a tipping point that you've not taken care of your body. It will stop you, right? That's where people blow out the backs. People are, stuck with their neck and they can't turn and twist. The shoulders can't lift. Why? Because there have been early signs that just weren't being detected quick enough, or they weren't on a regular program of massage or therapy of any kind for that matter. And as a result, it gets to a tipping point. The body says, you know what? Here you go. Pain is what I'm going to serve you so you can listen to what I'm trying to tell you. So with that in mind, we also have aspects of compensation, right? If I forever am using my right arm, but I'm not using my left arm as much, there's going to be potentially rotation in the thorax, rotation and pronation of the shoulder, and there's going to be compensation in my spine and my head position. My pelvis ultimately will then start to shift. Why? Because the body naturally is trying to go back to its default, which is survival. Keep the head looking straight forward, keep the eyes level, because this is the most optimum position to be in order for a survival reflex, right? We're no different than our early ancestors from hundreds of thousands to millions of years ago. So the body is designed to compensate in order to survive. However, if the compensation is taking on for weeks, months, and years, and you've not addressed those compensatory stresses, then as a result, pain will start to manifest to say, hey, you need to tackle these imbalances. You're also increasing your risk of injury. Why? Because if there's imbalances and compensations already happening, and then you suddenly start a new exercise program, that's when that exercise program can tip you very quickly over the edge. And this, unfortunately, is where CrossFit's got a bad name. It's not CrossFit that's the issue. It's the body entering into CrossFit that's imbalanced and doesn't have that range of motion, especially overhead patterns in CrossFit, doesn't have that thoracic extension. And as a result, then when you go and explosively bring a bar overhead with, 100 pounds, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, the humerus, which is the long bone of the upper arm, into the shoulder is not in its optimum position, doesn't have the integrity of strength of the rotator cuffs, and as a result, boom, blow out the shoulder, and we blame CrossFit. CrossFit's not the problem. It is what is the condition and state and health of your body going into something such as CrossFit. Now, I'm just picking CrossFit, but you can apply that to skiing. You can apply that to the winters turning up and you slip on the ice, right? Now, there's a lot that you can do to train your body to prepare for those conditions to mitigate this risk of injury, right? Symptoms eventually arise. We need to be aware of those. Our energy can get suppressed and reduced. Why? Because you've got 600 muscles, and if they're all fighting with stress and tension, guess what? That's going to drain energy away from your reserves that you need for general day-to-day functioning. Breathing, eyes opening and closing, swallowing, digesting food, having some restoration time and healing time, getting to sleep. Those things get affected when our muscles are highly agitated and stressed and tense. That's 600 muscles potentially that are experiencing that. That's a huge energy drain on our body. If you want to be more energy efficient, get regular massage. The other aspect to finally consider in terms of what else goes on if you're not taking care of your muscle system is your immune system can get suppressed. Your immune system is very dependent upon your muscle action. If you're not moving enough, your muscles aren't creating that pump to help cycle that lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is part of your army, your military system, your immune system to battle against diseases and viruses that are constantly being bombarded into our system. And so your immune system gets suppressed because the muscles are not healthy enough to pump that lymphatic system, and it's also the muscles are restricting the pump system itself, right? It's like somebody standing on the hose and they're restricting that water flow, and you're getting the pressure up, but it doesn't matter because somebody's got pressure on that hose. Until they release that pressure, guess what? It's going to suppress the flow of water. It's going to suppress the immune system in your body when you have those muscles contracted and tense and tight. The good news is this: somebody like me, and there's millions of us around the world, can provide regular care for you through massage. Think about the origins of massage. Think about the problems that you're currently having by way of those 600 plus muscles and the issues that can arise if you're not addressing those imbalances. Massage is a direct solution that gets straight into stroking, massaging, releasing, agitating, and creating structural change to those muscles, very similar to you, for example, having hair that's all knotted and tight because you've not been taking care of it. It's all tight and knotted and glued together. You go and take that comb. To me, that's a great analogy to use for massage. With my hands, I'm combing or brushing through the muscles, those sticky points, and this is where my patients would concur with this, those painful spots that I treat are very similar to the gluey hair when you've not brushed it, washed it, and taken care of it over a period of time, right? Eventually you'll get dreadlocks. Do you want dreadlocks in your muscles? No, then come for regular massage. And the ultimate goal with massage being on a regular basis is prevention, right? Prevention is worth its weight in gold. And that applies to the food that you eat, to the thoughts that you have, to your rest and recovery cycle, and how you move the body and how often you get massaged. These are parts of a great overall health and wellness program, prevention being the ultimate goal. And we want to mitigate the effects of that slow motion development that's going on in the background unknowingly to you. And you got to come and see a therapist to help you understand that principle and ultimately help prevent and reduce the risk of trauma injury as well. I hope you found benefit from that today. Thank you for joining me. Remember, if you've not had a chance, go to my website at jasonbarlowrmt.com. You can download a free digital edition of my book called The 15-Step Playbook for Pain Relief. Or if you prefer to have the paperback edition or a Kindle edition, you can go to Amazon in your respective country and download that from there. Thank you for joining me. Remember, come back tomorrow. I'm here again live. And remember, your muscle health is my #1 priority. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.